Itu bagaimanakah trend industri makanan kita dan bagaimana inovasi boleh membantu dalam menjamin keselamatan bekalan makan dan mampan. Saksikan temu bual mengenai perkara ini bersama Yeong Sheng, Vice President Commercial Tyson Foods International APAC. Wartawan Nina Rosman ada laporannya.
Malaysia's inflation increased 3.4% to 127.4 in June 2022 as against 123.2 in the same month of the preceding year. The food index increased 6.1% and remained as the main contributor to the rise in inflation during the month of June 2022. So definitely we see food security and sustainability is imperative to feed the growing population. So how food is grown and produced and what types of food are consumed and how much food is wasted have major impacts on the sustainability of the world's food system. The main focus now is how can we improve food access and innovation on food security, and explain further on this. Join us now is Yeong Sheng, Vice President Commercial Tyson Foods International APAC. Thank you, Sheng, for joining us. So, Sheng, Tyson has been in Malaysia for a while now. I'm sure the demand is there, but how's the competition like for Tyson for now?
Nina, it's a pleasure to join you today. I think Malaysia is one of the most attractive countries from a protein consumption standpoint. So in fact, Malaysians consume about 50 kilograms of poultry or chicken on an annual basis, and it is amongst the highest globally. So obviously there's a very attractive and huge market in Malaysia itself, and Tyson is one of the players in the market. Since entering the market via acquisitions in 2018, the company has invested in upgrading our facilities, adding additional capacity, and more importantly, building new capabilities for our teams so that we are able to provide better quality protein for Malaysians. So in short, it is a very attractive market, and as a company, Tyson Foods is committed to grow together in Malaysia.
So, and then definitely, what is the scale of Tyson's farm in Malaysia and how does it contribute in elevating Malaysia's role and prominence in the seafood supply chain?
As a background, Tyson Foods is one of the world's largest protein provider. The company has more than 80 years of experience with international presence in more than 100 countries. With the entry into Malaysia in the past couple of years, Tyson Foods has been able to introduce global innovation, best practices that would allow our production facilities in Malaysia to churn out and develop high quality, safe, and most importantly, tasty and delicious products for Malaysians. In that case, I think it has actually been an advantage of Tyson Foods being to bring in global expertise and combining with the local insights of our local Malaysian teams, which is what I call the best of both worlds when it comes to new product development and ensuring there's good quality products being offered in the market.
So, what are your plans to elevate Malaysia's significance in the Asian region from a supply chain and export perspective?
So, one interesting fact is that Malaysia is well recognized globally as the global halal food production hub. In fact, Malaysia exports about $9 billion every year. That's close to 40 billion ringgit of halal products. A lot of the products from Malaysia then gets exported into the Middle East because products that are certified by JAKIM is well recognized in the halal community. So we see this as a huge opportunity for Malaysia to continue developing its further processing and poultry capabilities so that we can continue as a country to be able to export products into the Middle East region.
Now, Sharon, let's move on to consumer food trends in Malaysia. How is the protein-based food market segment faring up in Malaysia? What are the key challenges in the protein-based and frozen food segment?
I think with the recent pandemic, one of the things that has picked up very importantly or is of a lot of concern for consumers, it's with regards to the origin of food. Where is the food that I'm consuming coming from? How was it actually being developed? So at Tyson Foods, we take a lot of pride and emphasis on this one, and we work with suppliers, business partners that are actually all halal certified, JAKIM approved, and we work with global innovation houses to make sure that we're actually able to introduce the best quality products in the market. So some example of this one would be in the recent launch of a Tyson branded products in Malaysia. And this was after many years of product development based on local consumer insights. So origin of food is definitely one of them. And the other one is really at the end of the day, regardless of what it is, food needs to be delicious, tasty. So we have a team of culinary experts as well as innovation team members looking at developing products that would appeal and meet the local needs of consumers in Malaysia.
Congratulations on your new launch. It's definitely a good, achievement. So we're going to go about the challenges. How did the pandemic and supply chain disruption affect your business in terms of financial performance? What are some of the key learnings and SOP changes that Tyson adapted to during and after the pandemic?
I think the past 2 years during the pandemic was probably one of the most challenging times, not only for us but across industries in that case. But as a company, we really emphasized on three key things that we wanted to make sure that every team member in the company was adapting to. The first one was to really focus on winning with our customers and consumers. At the end of the day, food is an essential item. So we really wanted to make sure that our products are continued to be developed and being able to be served to consumers and supplying our customers across the region. So winning with customers and consumers was the number one priority. Apart from that, during the pandemic, winning with team members was of utmost importance for us because at the end of the day, the team members at Tyson Foods in Malaysia, the 1,500 team members that we have in the country, were the backbone behind the company. So the company put a lot of emphasis in terms of programs, well-being, making sure that every single team member is cared for. Now, with that in mind, the last priority was to execute or winning with execution excellence. That was where we had to be a lot more agile because things were changing on a daily basis, weekly basis, working together with our partners, our customers, and team members. What we have planned for did not turn out the way it had wanted to be. So we learned to be a lot more agile, a lot more nimble in terms of coming up with new ways of doing things. And in line with that, at Tyson Foods Malaysia, we have now been investing in further upgrading of our facilities, investing in digitization, data analytics, automation. So we are better able to future-proof ourselves.
Definitely, it's good improvement and initiative. So as we can see now with the data by Dawson, Malaysians are suffering from high food inflations. How will Tyson strike a balance between food qualities and even affordable pricings and input costs? Will high inflation weaken customer demands for company products? What's your perspective on this, Shan?
I think at the end of the day, whether it's good times, bad times, food remains a priority. So consumption would be there. But having said that, as a company, we are well aware that we will not be able and we cannot pass through the inflation to our consumers. So this is where our innovation teams, our culinary team, and the entire team at Tyson Foods has been working around the clock to make sure that we come up with better ways to develop things. We are looking at efforts where we can improve productivity, efficiency, looking at ways where we could actually develop new products with new ingredients so that we do not have to pass through the inflation or consumer price pressures to our consumers. And the other example I've shared would be the recent launch of the new range is one good example of that, where we really look through all the experience that we have. How do we develop a good tasting product, but still of value to consumers? So that has been the challenge to us. Instead of passing through all the cost increases or inflation pressures to our consumers and customers, we have been working a lot harder to see how we can actually develop or derive efficiencies and productivity.
All right, that is definitely a good insight on how can we improve on food access and the innovations on food security. I would say definitely thank you very much to Yeong Sheng, the Vice President of Commercial Tyson Foods International APAC. I want to say thank you very much.